Welcome back. UFC London takes place tomorrow. That's between Leon Edwards and Sean Brady. And I just wanted to come and give you some of my best bets for the card. I did pretty good betting-wise last week. I only had 3 bets in total, lost one of them. But I still profited 6.5 units. I had Dubin money line. That obviously didn't work. I had Vajeos round 1 KO. That was an incredible pick. And I had Blackshear by sub, which in hindsight should have been a hammer play, man. But yeah, I'm gonna give you my best bets for this card. I've got a couple more than last week. Last week was an outlier, though. I had a less than usual, so this is back to the usual amount of bets that I would usually do for a card. So let me hop right into it. For the first one, I'm actually not going to do the first fight. I'm not going to do Guram versus Cowie Fernandez. I don't really love the lines in that fight. I think Guram wins, but I don't really want to bet him at a minus 400, and I'm kind of skeptical about the finish. I think it could be a finish or a decision. I don't really want to bet it. I'm kind of worried about it. I'm going to go to the Nathan Fletcher fight. Nathan Fletcher, the books seem to think he's going to win a decision, which might be understandable. Cowlin Loughran has never been submitted before. But Nathan Fletcher, 9 wins and 7 of them are by submission. So I just think I've got to take Nathan Fletcher by submission. He's coming off of a submission win in his first UFC fight in his debut. I think he's going to get a submission win here over Cowlin Loughran. Plus 550 is a great line as well. I'm going to take that, and I'm also going to take Nathan Fletcher's money line, minus 135. We're doing both of these, so the money line I'll do 1.5 units, and the submission I'm thinking half a unit. So if Fletcher wins the money line, we'll profit 1.11 units. But if he doesn't get the submission, then it will actually only be 0.61 units we're profiting. But, I still really like it. If he gets that submission, we are going huge on that one. That's 2.75 unit profit for the submission win. And add that with the money line. There's a good chance for nearly 4 units of profit to start the card. So I love this bet. I'm going to play this, and I'm pretty confident in Nathan Fletcher. I think he's going to be able to out-grapple Cowlin Loughran. Yeah, I think he's going to be able to out-grapple him, get the submission win. Loughran is a good wrestler, but I think Fletcher's going to have the better BJJ, and he's going to be able to get a submission at some point in this fight. So I'm really hoping for that one. The next fight I'm playing here is going to be, you guys might not like it. I like doing the WMMA fights, especially I'm pretty confident in Bannon. So I'm going to go Shauna Bannon, and I'm taking her to win a decision. It's a bit better than her money line. Minus 170 on the money line, minus 135 for the decision. It's a bit better line. So kind of get a, bit of a pumped up odds compared to the money line. And I'm going to do a unit and a half on the decision as well. That's another 1.11 units if that hits. So yeah, that's the next one. Not going to spend too long explaining that one. I think I'll give a couple points. I think Puja Tomar, it was a brutal robbery in the first fight against Ryan Amanda Dos Santos, whatever her name is. I think Shauna Bannon's a great striker. She has a reach advantage here. I just don't see how Puja Tomar is going to win. It's not like she's an incredible grappler. She's a striker, but a really short reach, really short girl, and she got a robbery in that first fight. Despite what the stats say, it was a robbery. So I think Shauna Bannon's taking home a decision win. And also, if that's not enough for you, Bannon, 2 fights in the UFC, and both of them are decisions. All right, and Puja Tomar, 1 fight in the UFC, and it is a decision. She's lost one of those to Bruna Brazil, but I think Puja Tomar is just a better overall. Other way around. I think Bruna Brazil is a much better overall fighter than Puja Tomar. I think Shauna Bannon is going to be able to take home a decision win. So yeah, a unit and a half there. And the next one we're going to skip CLD Andre Puliev. We're going to skip over that one, and we're going right to Marcin Tybura versus Mick Parkin, where I'm going to take Mick Parkin money line. I'm huge on Mick Parkin this week. I think he could take a decision win over Marcin. Like, Marcin's 40, guys. He's old. Mick Parkin, he's coming into his prime here. Trains with the best of the best, Tom Aspinall. I think Mick Parkin wins this fight wherever, you know. Maybe not on the ground, but this isn't going to the ground. I think this is mostly on the feet. You know, Marcin Tybura, he out-grappled Jonata Deniz, but he has a kickboxing background, not much time in MMA. Mick Parkin, born and raised in MMA, this guy learned the craft. He's used to this stuff. He's training with the best of the best. He's going to be able to stop a takedown of a 40-year-old guy and keep it on the feet and possibly get a knockout win. So that's why I'm taking the money line. You know, I think this could be a knockout or a decision. So yeah, I'm taking the money line of Mick Parkin here, and I'm huge on Mick Parkin this week. I'm going 2.5 units on Mick Parkin to win. That's 1.71 units. I think the money line, I think it went down. I think it went down by the time I wrote it in my notes at a different number. I had 2.5 units wins 2 units, and it's down from that. It's only 1.71 now, or 1.75. I can't do math. I'm 1.76. There it is. I can do it. 1.76 units is what it is now. So it's down 0.24 units from what I wrote it down as. But anyways, get that number when it's hot. Obviously, they're favoring Mick Parkin now. They're putting him closer to a minus 150 now. So get that before it gets any higher. Yeah, Mick Parkin 2.5 units. Maybe I should I'll move the face cam over here. Yeah, 2.5 units on Mick Parkin. Anyways, we're moving on to the next one, which is, I'm not doing the Loner Kavanaugh Felipe Dos Santos fight. Maybe a significant strike number in that fight could be good, but I'm not doing that. I'm going to the Chris Padilla fight. Chris Padilla, Jai Herbert. I'm very high on Chris Padilla. Taco Padilla, as a lot of people call him, as he likes to be called. Jai Herbert, I mean, Rolando Bedoya went to war with him and had they both hit their significant strikes in the last fight. They got 80, 85, and 79 or something like that. And Chris Padilla's, his is pretty low. I was gonna play the 48.5. I could see a finish though, and I kind of do see a finish. So instead, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do Chris Padilla KO submission. I kind of like that. And we're going to do less than I was going to do on... I was going to do a bit more on the significant strike number, but instead I'm going to do just 1 unit on this. Could win 2 units. So yeah, I like that a lot. It's around the same profit as the significant strike one was going to be. And hey, I think Chris Padilla is a dog, man. He's a great striker. And does not waste a second when he sees an opportunity to lace up a submission, man. He does not waste any time. I think this is a great number, plus 200 for that. So on to the next one is going to be... This is a fun one. I really like this pick. You know, we're not doing Nathaniel Wood, Morgan Charrier. We're going to do Jordan Vucenic, Chris Duncan. I keep saying this. I'm huge on Jordan Vucenic, though. This guy really impressed me in that first fight in the UFC against Guram Kutateladze. He could have won that fight. A lot of people think it's crazy to say that, but he could have won the first and the second round in that fight. Let me just show you. It was a very close fight. Jordan Vucenic won the first, and round 2, very close. Very close. Jordan Vucenic outstruck him total strikes, but Guram landed the better significant strikes. Very close fight. Guram took the edge. That's no knock on Vucenic, though. He hung it in there with the best of them. Maybe Guram's not the best, but that was a short notice fight. And I think Jordan Vucenic's going to strangle Chris Duncan. So Jordan Vucenic by submission plus 165. I really like that line. I'm going to do a couple things with this. 1 unit on the submission as well. I can't even punch this in with all the singles I have right now, unfortunately. So a quick stop and start there so I could punch this in. We're taking Jordan Vucenic submission, Nathan Fletcher submission, and Alexia Thenara submission. A quick little 3-leg submission, long shot parlay. A quarter unit, whatever your unit size is, a quarter of your unit makes 19.12 units back if it hits. This is an insane bet. This would be a massive win if it hits. That's why it's only a quarter unit. You know, don't put a lot on this. Let's say if you're doing like $100 units, that would be a $25 bet, which would be a $1,900 payout off of a $25 bet. That would be insane. Or if you're doing $10 units, a $2.50 bet would pay out $190. That's massive, you know. This is a massive bet for not a lot of. You don't have to put a lot in. You know, you could even do $1, and that's $77 a payout. You know, that's still a huge payout. So whatever you want to do there, that's a long shot parlay that I like a lot. I think Vucenic strangles Chris Duncan. He's lost by KO. He's lost by submission before. Nathan Fletcher. All right, so I've got all the original bets that I had there punched back in. Moving on to the next one after the long shot parlay, we've got. I'm gonna skip a couple of these. I'm not straight betting the Molly McCann fight. I'm going to the Kevin Holland Gunnar Nelson one. Listen, I don't get Kevin Holland fights wrong. I don't get him wrong. Kevin Holland's gonna win this one. I sent him out to the Discord when he was plus 110 earlier this week. I'm massive on him. I've got 2.5 units on the money line. And I think he gets a KO win over Gunnar Nelson. Gunnar Nelson hasn't fought in 2 years, guys. I'm pretty big on Kevin Holland this week. You don't hear me say that ever. This is a once in a blue moon that you get to bet on a Kevin Holland fight on Kevin Holland's side and make money. Gunnar Nelson, you know, his record's pretty 19-5. Kevin Holland is an ugly record. It's 26-13. It's a 66% win percentage, which means, in my head, that means he's pretty overdue for a win, because he's lost his last 2. He's lost 4 of his last 5 fights. But you got to understand the guys he's fighting. Reiner de Ritter, former world champion, and he's making his moves up the rankings in UFC now. Roman Dolidze, he's been looking pretty good recently. Just won against Marvin Vettori, and he's been on a win streak. Michael Venom Page, like, come on. Jack Della Maddalena, challenging for a belt. So these losses, they don't look bad. Gunnar Nelson, his recent wins, Brian Barberina in 2023, and he hasn't fought since. I don't like that at all. I really don't. Like, he got knocked out by Santiago Ponzinibbio, and I get it. Oh, Ponzinibbio was good back then. How good was he really? Kevin Holland has a 9-inch reach advantage over fucking this guy. You know? It's a massive reach. It's a massive height advantage. 4-inch height advantage. 9-inch reach advantage. Kevin Holland is not going to let Gunnar Nelson touch him. He's not going to let him touch him. So get this at even money. Minus 102. It's going, like, Kevin Holland is approaching a favorite as we speak. You don't want to miss out on this. Kevin Holland's winning this fight. And I think he's scoring a knockout win over Gunnar Nelson in this fight. He never goes to a decision. He's not going to submit Gunnar Nelson, I don't think so. 2.5 units on the money line, as well as half a unit on the KO. Yeah, I like that a lot. So that is the final bet. So I tallied all of it up, and with all of the bets in, we're doing 11 and a quarter units total with a potential profit of 15.03 units. Um, so don't miss out on these bets, guys. This could be a massive card. Um, Huge potential. Oh, wait, I didn't even. It's 15. It's a potential 15 units profit without the long shot parlay. I forgot to calculate it in there. So with all the bets in, it's 11 total units. If the single bets hit, you could profit 15 units. If that long shot on top of it hits, we could potentially win 34 units this card. That's if I go undefeated. Obviously, I'm probably not going to go undefeated. There's a chance. I'm not saying it's going to happen. There's a chance, but probably not. But that's just the max available profit we have this card is 34.15 units. So look out for that. I hope you guys enjoy these bets. Make sure to lock a couple of these in. I for sure will be. Let me know what you think, and we'll be back for the recap after the card. Hope you guys enjoy the card. And we might be doing I'll probably be doing a live reaction to it too. So if you want to see my reactions during the card, come tune in. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.